Absolutely.
We're going to start recording now. And Gideon, take it away.
Thank you, Marla. Thank you. Good morning, everybody. That was fun. Sorry to keep you in suspense, but I'm glad we're here to talk about the program. I appreciate your patience and understanding and your empathy. My name is Gideon. I'm the Director of Recruitment and Outreach for the Goldman Sachs 10,000 Small Business Program. And I'm here to talk about the program, how it could benefit you, and answer any questions you may have about the program. So normally I would do an introduction session here, but I believe I don't know if we've got time to do that. I'd rather get into the nitty gritty of the presentation, and then we can get to know each other afterwards when I get through it. So we're going to find out from each other in a little bit. But right now I'm going to go through the agenda. We're going to go through the program, talk about its impact, talk about the selection criteria, the curriculum, what you get out of the program when you get through it, and a couple of success stories and how to apply. The Goldman Sachs 10,000 Small Business Program is a very different business education program. The program is a entrepreneur business growth program. It's not an esoteric business education, which is fantastic, but this curriculum is designed to grow your business where the curriculum is your business. We use your business and the businesses of the fellow people in your cohort when you join the program that will help you learn how to work on your business as opposed to working in your business. And we find that this peer-based education, this entrepreneur-based business growth education, can pay dividends and help grow and expand your business. So at the end of the program, you'll have a 5-year growth plan that is tailored to your business. Now, we're based out of Philadelphia, obviously, but there's 19 other sites throughout the entire country. And we have 12,000 graduates of the program that are alumni, which I'll get to in a little bit, how the Alumni Association with our program can be very beneficial to you and your business. The program overview, it's 100 hours of very practical, but yet intense business growth education. When you complete the program, you have potential for the access to capital with local CDFIs. The PIDC is a wonderful example and partner, how they support us as well as the small business owner. Almost half of our participants are women. Our age range is between 22 to 84 years of age. There are many entrepreneurs that run the entire spectrum. And we have meaningful impact. 66% of the people who go through our program increase their revenue within 6 months. Almost half will create brand new jobs. And even though this program is a very intense, challenging program, 97% of the people who get into the program will complete the program. Some of the selection criteria here, we can go into details with this, but I just want to make sure I get all this out there so we can answer your questions. You have to be the owner and the co-owner of your business. You have to be in business for at least 2 years. Your annual revenues have to be at least $75,000, but our average business is around $1 million, between $800,000 to $1.2 million. The lower end of this, the annual revenue number, is because of how businesses might have been profoundly affected by COVID. So we've given a little more, a little more flexibility in regards to the potential applicant into the program. But our average business owner is between $800,000 to $1.2 million. We have a few that are in the, $6 to $8 million range, and a few that are below $400,000 or $800,000. You have to have at least 2 employees. Now, if you're the owner, you count as one, but you need 1 other full-time person or 2 part-time people or 4 more, contracted employees. That would equal 1. That can get you there. And obviously you want to have a desire to grow and create jobs. I think that we all would like to do that with our business. When you apply, we need to know about your business, your competitors, You go to 10KSB Apply. I'll give you information about that a little bit later on. We want to know of your background so we can be able to fine tune the experience for you in the program so it can benefit you in the very best way possible. It's a 14-week program. It runs, we're actually recruiting for our fall cohort that begins in September. The application deadline is May 25th, if I'm not mistaken. But through those 14 weeks, this is the education of the curriculum ladder where you learn through peer-based education, through your business advisors, marketing, human resources management, the ability to make yourself more bankable, to be able to procure the assets you need to be able to grow and develop your business. Negotiation, operations. Over 14 weeks, you get intense study with this program that will take you through this curriculum ladder that will help you create your 5-year business growth plan. And yeah, it's you get tactical and strategic education, how to implement that program. And with the takeaways of the program, you get a better understanding of cash flow. You attract top talent. We do a whole section on human resources and how to find, how to find that individual that can help grow and develop your business. You'll learn how to identify new business opportunities and maximize marketing strategy. Now, the network of support you have is pretty profound. You get one-on-one advising with a business advisor throughout the entire program. That you will meet with this person every week and you go over your action plan, your growth plan. And our business advisors have been doing this for at least 2 or 3 decades. They have lots of experience and an excellent track record of success. We also have faculty that are giants and experts in their field that will help you guide you along that curriculum ladder. And more importantly, actually not more importantly, what's really important is the Alumni Association. When you get through the program, when you go through the program, 88% of the alumni do business with each other. And that's an understanding that because you went through the program, that you would have the ability to offer, a special, relationship with potential vendors, with clients. And I can give you examples when we get to the Q&A about how the local alumni chapter, which is over 700 people, can benefit your business. When you get to the program, you get a full scholarship. This is completely for free. It doesn't cost you a thing. We even give you breakfast and lunch, as a matter of fact. You get a convenient class schedule. We'll go through that in a little bit. The skills you learned are immediately applicable to your business. So you're no longer working in your business, you're working on your business. We talked about the alumni and an opportunity to get increased access to capital, which Marla and her team are experts in. What we need from you is you need to attend every one of these classes. So we try to give you the schedule as far in advance as possible because since it's such an intense program, we expect you to be able to attend every single class that we have because one class leads to another. So if you've got vacations or businesses, like travel you have to engage in, we're going to give you a schedule in advance, as far in advance as possible, so you can be able to schedule around the requirements of the curriculum. Like I said before, actually, I'm sorry, 86% of all people who get through the program work with people that have went through the program. They do business with each other. And that's an outstanding empirical element that helps with your business growth. We have lots of great success stories here. I think Marla knows a few of these people over here that, that came through PIDC. And we've seen, a lot of our graduates that go through the program go on and really expand their business 300%, 560%, it's just, it does very well. Now, we are again looking for applicants for our full cohort. The application deadline is May 24th. So you have some time to do it, but I want to work with you directly to make sure you get everything in. You go to 10KSB Apply. I believe I put that in the chat. And classes start on September the 12th and go on until December 16th. So That's my pitch. And that was the quick pitch, everybody. I'm sorry. I know that you probably carved out an hour and I burned about 35 to 40 minutes of it trying to get online over here. But I want to be able to make myself available to answer any of your questions. And I promise to slow it down because I've been a 33 record on 45 RPMs for all those people who remember records back in the day. So the time is yours. I'd love to have you answer your questions.
Hi, are the classes virtual or face-to-face?
Hi, Stephanie. Hi, how you doing? Good question over there. Right now, our classes are virtual. They have been in person, but because of COVID, and we were going to be in person for this, our current cohort. But because of the Omicron variant, we went back to a virtual model. Now, when you're in person, the class is 1 day a week. So they usually are on a Friday, and it's an all-day class experience. Now, the reason why we need to have your business have 2 employees or more is because while you're in class, we want to have somebody mind the business for you while you're taking these classes. Now, so it's 1 day a week if we're doing this in person. Now, outside of that, you have time, one-on-one time on the phone or virtually with your business advisor and your faculty. If we do a virtual model, if there's another Greek letter variant coming down the pike and we have to go back to a virtual model, then that would be 2 days a week. It would be on a Friday and a Monday. It would be about 3 hours on a Friday and 2.5 to 3 hours on a Monday. It'd be split up and it would be done virtually. As of right now, Stephanie, what we would have, let me see here. As of right now, it's going to be in person. But again, if we find out because of the variants that they are, it becomes more of a, a safety issue for the sake of our staff as well as the scholars, we're going to go to a virtual model. But we give you lots of heads up on that. I hope I answered your question for you.
So I know we're all, entrepreneurs, but I do multiple things and it's hard just to block a whole day. So is there options for that 2 day a week? I know you said for virtual, but is there an option that for, I say scheduling purposes, to do that 2 days a week, even if it was face-to-face or no?
Nah, yeah, I wish I could tell you that. I'd love to be able to give you the option. Yeah, it's going to be one or the other, unfortunately, Stephanie. I would love to be able to have that flexibility. And again, I understand it is challenging the whole day that you're going to be away from your business. I understand that. And I get asked that question a lot. But, the time spent here, I believe, and I can give you, and I'll reach out to you, and I can give you examples of how this program has benefited people profoundly. But it may, we'll see. I can't guarantee what the schedule is going to be like, but as of right now, it will be virtual for the fall. But I still want you to apply if you haven't applied yet, so I can keep you in the pipeline in case that, that manifests that way. So please keep that in mind. But thank you for your question. What other questions do we have? I'm going to start picking people in a couple seconds if you don't have any questions.
I'm going to ask, has anyone
I think
on
Landon
the
was ready
call?
to ask something. I think.
Oh, great. Go ahead.
Sorry, I may have misheard you the first time, but as of now, the fall will be in person or virtual?
As of right now, it'll be in person. As of right now, it'll be in person. Yeah.
Okay.
And Landon, you applied. I saw your application, by the way. I did, if I remember correctly. I think I did. Thank you for applying. I appreciate it.
Yeah, got it started anyway.
Good man. Good man. Cheers. What else here?
How many people know other entrepreneurs who have graduated from the program, just by a show of hands?
I think I see Stephanie there had her hand up. Who do you know, Stephanie?
Damaris, I believe she went through your program.
Sure did.
And then Charles Coe, I think he's in your program right now.
He certainly is, yes.
Yeah.
I saw him, he certainly is. I saw him yesterday morning, as a matter of fact. Yes, yes. And they're virtual, but Charles, they were going to be in person, as of January 5th, and then we had to switch that completely up, unfortunately. But yeah.
Has anyone on this call gone through the Power Up Your Business program at the community college by a show of hands? Great.
My business partner did.
Okay. So what's in, and I think Gideon mentioned this, but Goldman Sachs only allows one of the owners to participate.
Yes.
So you've got to figure out which owner, if you've got multiple owners, which owner will participate.
Yes. It's one business per program. It's actually the business, and you pick it. 100% right, Marla. Absolutely. So if you have owner, co-owner, one person has to be able to say, okay, I'm going to represent this business over here.
And I'll add, this program is absolutely phenomenal. So Stephanie and Leah, I'm not sure what feedback you've received from the people in your network who have graduated, but this is a phenomenal program, unlike anything we've ever seen. And what is important, in addition to you applying and becoming a scholar, is making sure that you're applying at the right time. The last thing we want you to do is apply when you are not quite ready and don't have the context within your business to apply the principles. And that happens sometimes. So some of the criteria is designed. So even though, like Gideon said, the revenue number is 75,000, which is a low number for a business. But he said the average is $1 million. So that means there's going to be businesses that are at 200, 300, 400, 500, 600 up on average. So it's important as a business owner, when you have a business of that size, that you have already experienced some issues within your operations, so that when you receive these concepts, you can relate to the concepts and you know how to apply them, because you can say, well, this is what I've been doing. And now here's a concept that says, okay, now I need to be doing it this way instead. And that's really what you're going to get out of Goldman Sachs. Some things will be, wow, I never even thought about that. I've only been doing it this way. And so Goldman gives you a new way of approaching how you are running your business, ways that may seem completely counter to what you've been doing, or something that you've never even thought about doing. And once you hear it, it's like, wow, that really makes a lot of sense. And so it's important for you to make sure that you have that context, that you are already working with an accounting system, that you already have financial statements and you're accustomed to knowing what your balance sheet is, what your profit and loss statement is. You don't have to be an accountant, but there's going to be concepts within the curriculum that are going to help you. And if you've already been working in your business on the financial side, it's going to make getting through the curriculum a little easier. If you're already thinking about operations and how do I manage my space? How do I manage my people? How do my employees view me as the owner? Because you're the leader of this. Isn't that what it is, Gideon? You're the leader.
Absolutely.
That's the name of the module. You're the leader. And so how you view your employees. So you have to have that context, which is also why they want you to have an employee or a few employees, because the curriculum is going to be based on an entrepreneur having employees. And the only way you can really apply the information is if you do. So everything is within context. So I just want to add that, because there is no harm in delaying when you apply. So we launched in January of 2013. So we're coming up on our 10th year. And so sometimes you want to hurry up and take advantage of something that's really good, and you're to be applauded for that because this is a really, really good program. But if you think that you might need another 6 months or another year before you apply, that's okay. That is okay. And I didn't see that many hands, but within that year, as you are preparing yourself for the 10,000 Small Businesses program, I would strongly encourage you to enroll in the Power Up Your Business program, in the peer-to-peer program, which is it's a little less intense than the 10,000 Small Businesses program, but it is modeled after 10,000 Small Businesses. So to the credit of the community college, they recognized that there were so many businesses that were not eligible yet for 10,000 Small Businesses. And so they created the Power Up Your Business as almost like a prerequisite to 10,000 Small Businesses. And so if you have any hesitation, or if you think you don't meet the eligibility criteria right now, then right now apply for Power Up Your Business. And again, it will give you a snapshot of what you can expect with 10,000 Small Businesses. So much of the program is the same. So I hope that's helpful.
Marla, that was terrific. Absolutely. Yes. Yes. Marla has the ability to speak in truth, and our program is a challenging program, and but 97% of the people who get into the program get through the program, but that's a comfortability that you have to feel. Now, when we talked, Marla was saying that our average business is about $1 million. There's going to be some businesses that are going to be, smaller than that are youngish, that were developed and growing during COVID. So at that, this may not be a perfect fit for you yet. That's where Power Up comes in. And that could be, you do Power Up and then you can migrate into our program. I want you in the pipeline. I want to be able to have you take this journey with us. When you do take this experience, when you go through it, I'm going to give you an example because I know you all carved out an hour, and I apologize to you all. We have been doing virtual classes. Let this situation not be indicative of the fact that we do know how to use Zoom. I want you to know that we do. It's for some reason the Zoom gods were not in my favor this morning, and that's something I got to address it with my IT people here. But with the program, you go through the program, you learn, you have your 5-year action plan, your business growth plan that you could be able to take to a lending institution, an organization at CDFI. But the alumni connection that you have with the 700 people in the Delaware Valley plus, I want to give you an example of how well that worked. And I can't mention names here, but there's a daycare center up in Northeast Philadelphia. And next door to the daycare center was a brownfield that wasn't being developed. So the owner of the daycare center wanted to take advantage of a federal grant that would allow the reclamation and the repurposing of that brownfield into a green space. Now, that person had absolutely no experience in regards to grant writing or landscaping or architecture to be able to create that. But they went through the Alumni Association and found a grant writer that went through the program that helped write the grant to get the federal money to be able to help that project, to start that project. That person went through the Alumni Association to get the services of a landscape architect as well as a traditional architect to create a green space education center for that daycare center, as well as a park space for the community. And that was all done among the alumni that were able to take care of each other because they went through the program together and utilized those resources. And we actually have an app that the alumni use to communicate. And You know, once you go through the program, we can go through those details. But you get that education, you have a deliverable in your hand, your 5-year growth plan, and you have access to a community of 700 people plus in Philadelphia, around the Philadelphia area, and 12,000 throughout the entire country that will help you grow and develop your business. Now, for you to be able to do this, I need you to apply. Some of you have started it, you know, and I need you to fill it out so I can then take this, you know, your application and migrate it to the next stage, you know, the next step. And I would want to talk to you, all of you, about that, but I know I'm running short on time. So I am here to answer any questions that you have. I've been doing a few things with the chat just now, but I want to be able to answer your questions to make up for all that lost time that I couldn't get logged in over here. So if you have them, just ask away, and I want to be able to, you know, help you out. So raise a hand, launch a flare. Shonda, looks like you're doing. Hi, be careful out there.
Good morning.
You're driving.
Yes,
How you
I'm
doing?
parked right now. Yes.
Oh, cool, cool.
Good morning. So I
Good
just have
morning.
a quick question. So I know you said it's one business per application. So me and my mom are co-owners. Would I be able to access the material after she leaves class just to understand what she was doing that day?
Here's the deal. That's family. She can share that with you. Now, only one of you will have the, for lack of a better word, the credential of going through the program or being a graduate of the program. But if you're, I can't imagine your mom would withhold this information from you. That would be rather.
Right. You want to make sure I can go
I would
back
feel
and
terrible about that. I mean, let her talk to me about that. I would be, but there's a telemovie in that right there. No, I will not share that knowledge with you. No, but no, she could do it, but only one of you. I've had married couples who said, hey, can we both do it? And I'm like, no, but you know, one of you can. But it's interesting. They want to attend functions together, but they have to tell them about it. But I hope that answers your question. But I think Mama would definitely share that with you. I wouldn't have a problem with that.
Okay, and so I would be able to see like the PowerPoint from that presentation from that day. Like, would I be able to go back?
Well, that's interesting. That's proprietary, to be very honest with you. So yeah, that's and that would reside here. But you know, I bet you your mom would be pretty good at describing everything to you and sharing that information with you. And because you work together, that you know, that would be a direct correlation of what you would do every day in your business. So yeah, I don't know if she could be able to do that, but I think that's well within the realm of possible.
One of the things,
Thank you.
one of the things that we've heard, I'm sorry, one of the things that we've heard from scholars is as they go through the, is it 10 or 11 modules get in?
It's 10. It's 10.
It's 10 modules. So as the scholars are going through each module, the feedback we've received is they have been so excited that they go back to their office and they share the concepts with their staff. And the staff then, because the staff has to implement some of these concepts, right? So it's not just the owner. The owner is the one who is participating in the program, but in order to make it alive and make it real, the owners start sharing with their employees. And the feedback that we've gotten is this information has turned around employees. It has helped business owners recognize who are the productive employees, who are not, who needs to be elevated, who needs to be fired. And so the best scholar is sharing the information with the employees, and the employees are seeing the difference that is happening in the company. So when you see that revenue is increasing, this is because the owner, who is the scholar in the class, is sharing these concepts with the employees.
Thanks, Marla. Thank you. Thank you. Miss Emmanuel, I think you had your hand up for a second there.
I was just laughing because Sean is my daughter, so she's trying to.
Oh,
do
yo,
it
that's
better.
funny, man.
She doesn't trust me to bring her the info.
Mr. Manuel, you were
but
keeping your mouth conspicuously, you were pretty quiet during that whole repartee there.
But yeah, as
That's
you
pretty
said, two
funny.
heads is always better than one. But I get the whole concept, and I definitely love to reshare the information because once you disseminate the information, it seems like the feedback you get kind of emphasize what you already know. So sharing with the team would definitely be something that we would really be interested in continue to do. So my other question was, is the 75K, is that gross or net?
Oh, that's gross. That's gross.
Okay.
But let's be, again, that is, that number was there. That's going to probably change in the next year or so because we're, God willing, we're getting through this,
Okay.
fingers crossed, we're getting through it. We had a lot of businesses went on life support during the last couple of years, and they, I've had businesses that were, $1 million+ companies that practically went, they went below $100,000 and they were struggling. So it does happen, especially like, live entertainment theater venue that couldn't open its doors, and they primarily generated revenue through ticket sales for live events. They were destitute, but they still had an opportunity through foundational support. There are, if you have a nonprofit, by the way, you potentially can qualify for this program, but you have to be a revenue generating nonprofit. But that's just an example of what we had to lower that down to be able to have the opportunity to be able to speak to businesses that at one point were at the level of the small businesses that tend to be within our wheelhouse. But we want to be able to give an opportunity to smaller businesses, and the peer-based education. I've had people who have multi-million-dollar a year companies learn from the grocery store owner who has been in business for 35 years and has forgotten more than most people know about applicable business growth knowledge on a base level. That it's interesting when you break into your growth groups, they call them. You have a group of 3 or 4 individuals that you just bounce ideas off each other. I think it's interesting when you see these breakout sessions, because again, I can watch these virtually, but you'll be able to do these in person. That's where a lot of really zany, cool ideas come out. And I got to tell you, that's the most fun for me, observing this. So that, the average business is around $1 million, a little bit, maybe 200,000 less, 200,000 more. We have bigger companies. We also have smaller companies that are welcome to be a part of this program. Absolutely. Absolutely. I know I'm over 10 o'clock, but I want to stay here as long as you tell me to stay here. I don't know, Marla, this is your party. I don't want to if you got someplace to go, I feel bad.
Well, I just want to make sure, I know we got started late, but I don't want people to miss the real substantive parts of what the program is about. I put in the chat that on May 3rd, we have been working collaboratively with a few organizations in the city. So on May 3rd, we will sponsor a panel discussion with 10KSB alumni. And the partnership is with Independence Blue Cross, AmeriHealth Caritas, the Economy League, and PIDC. And it will feature Fran McNeil, who is the executive director. She will lead a panel discussion of alumni who will speak to how the program has impacted their business. And some of the businesses are doing business already with Independence Blue Cross, for example, or the Economy League. So we encourage you to try to join us on May 3rd. That information is on the PIDC website also. So the name of it is called Making Small Big. I think that's what it is.
That's it.
So when you,
That's it. Yeah.
So when you go onto the website, you will get that information. We're excited by it because Independence Blue Cross realized that it's got a diversity program a supplier diversity program. But in addition to contracts, when we started talking with Blue Cross, we wanted it to be aware that this business opportunity for business education was also available. And so these 4 organizations, we have come together, and it's going to be an information session, but it's going to be in a panel format. So we highly encourage you to join us on May 3rd at 10 o'clock in the morning, from 10 until 11:30. And you'll get the chance to hear from some of the alumni. So we've got the next session is on April 26th. And that one is in the afternoon. That's 1 o'clock. And then we'll have May 3rd, which is the panel discussion. And then we will have May 17th, which will be the evening session. And that will be the last session for us before the application deadline. And so the idea is to get all of this information to you so you can make that decision about applying and then still have time to apply. Ask any questions. Someone on the call said their neighbor is a 10KSB alum, the Ladipo group, which is a phenomenal group. I mean, PIDC, we love the 10KSB alumni. So many come to us for financing, and our loan committee appreciates that they have gone through the rigorous business training that 10KSB offers. And so it is a consideration when companies are seeking PIDC financing. So we've enjoyed this relationship with the business community, and we feel it's our obligation to let you know about this opportunity. There's no cost to you at all. Goldman Sachs pays for all of this. They pay for all of it. They pay for the education. They pay for everything. The value, I think, Gideon, they said the value is like $40,000 or $50,000 for each scholar.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Specialized business advising for over 100 hours directly and indirectly throughout that 14-week cycle. Absolutely. And you're getting, I've got, people who are professors at Wharton that will be your faculty throughout this process. I have people that are giants in the Philadelphia area who teach accounting principles that have an incredible resume. I can't mention these people's names because, we have a program that if you actually wrote out the dollar amount investment would be $40,000 to $50,000 in a 14-week program, hence the intensity. But again, 97% of the people who get accepted into the program get through the program. That means 97% of you that can join this program and get into the program will get through it and reap the benefits of it. So I'm very confident. But you got to talk to me. I'm the only guy named Gideon in Philadelphia. And there may be one or two, you know what I mean? But I'm the only one at 10KSB. I just put my contact information in the chat. I'm real easy to track down. And I'm also easy to talk to unless I don't know how to use Zoom. And that's a problem, but I'm gonna, but we're gonna fix that. We're gonna definitely be ahead of the curve on that one. But I appreciate your patience and understanding, and I want to get to know every one of you better than I'm knowing you right now. So give me the opportunity to prove my worth and my mettle to you by helping me take this journey with you to get you into this program. I would love that opportunity. I would really enjoy it.
Gideon, and did you say the fall session is expected to be in person?
Yes, thank you, Marla. It is expected to be in person. That's what we expect. But again, I don't know what Greek letter is coming down the pipeline in regards to a new variant. I can't forecast that. I mean, God, heaven willing, will be okay. But if it does happen, I mean, I think Philadelphia has instituted the indoor mask requirement again. We'll see how the numbers go. Your safety is paramount to us. So if it does trend that way, we're going to make a decision to be able to hold this virtually again. I cannot guarantee that. As of right now, it's going to be in person. But I will keep it. One thing I do is communicate. One thing that I do is communicate with people. I will let you know what's going on so you can make informed decisions in regards to scheduling, so you can be able to take care of your business and reap the benefits of this program.
Okay, now one quick question. If it's going to be in person, where would the classes be at?
Good question. It's going to be at CCP. It's going to be at the Community College of Philadelphia at 17th and Spring Garden. We have our, it's a big room. It will be socially distanced. We will have, if we do it in person, we'll see what the environment is. We were going to have people wearing masks in class, but then, it depends upon the mask mandate at that point. There will be vaccination. You will be asked to be able to prove vaccination status. If you don't have, if you choose not to be vaccinated, you would have to take a test, at the day of you try to get into the classroom to see if you have been exposed or have the, COVID antibodies in your system. So yeah, it'll be in person. It'll be in person, but it could be virtual. I'll keep you in the loop, but it's at 1700 block of Spring Garden Street.
Okay, great. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Did you get that, Mom?
I left that part out.
I put in the chat earlier that I suggest that you go visit the 10KSB national website. And so you get a chance to see what is happening across the country with the program. And then I also put the link for the local site so you can see what's happening. And that's where you'll actually get the information on the descriptions of the modules and the actual dates and where you will apply. But I encourage you to go to both of those websites so you can see, so you can get an idea of just how phenomenal this program is. Okay, so it's 10:13. Thank you all for your patience early on. Gideon, I think what happened, I'm looking at the message that came in from Fran. It said you needed to be logged in via a commercial Zoom account. Did that have anything to do with it?
Well, I kept on, pushing buttons and clicking away over there, and I eventually logged into our CCP Zoom account. But Marla, I never had to do that before. That was weird. That was like, normally I go click and you pop up, and that's a good scene,
Yeah.
But that was the first time that ever happened before.
That's the first time I've ever seen that, but I'm seeing the message from Fran that she got from Zoom. It says the host requires authentication on the commercial Zoom platform to join this meeting. Please log in with a commercial Zoom account to join. So I think that's what happened.
That's what happened. I was typing away, and and forgive me, I'm so used to this computer remembering everything. I was like, oh, okay, but I did remember it, and I'm sorry, gang. I kept you all in suspense for way too long. I'm glad you stuck around for this and for the speed version of my presentation. So if you want to call me and talk to me or reach out to me, I promise to slow it down by about 33 and 30% over there, so you could be able to, we could talk about the program holistically as well on a more granular level. So yeah, that's it. Until we'll definitely, we're going to do a couple test runs for the next time, so we have this all squared away and ready to go. But I think
Gideon, it's always a pleasure. So thank you so much, and for everyone for taking your time and your patience. We thank you. If there are any questions, Gideon put his information in the chat. Make sure you give him a call or send him an email. You can also send me an email, and we'll if we don't have the direct answers for you, we'll put you in the direction where you can get the answers. So thank you so much for this. Feel free to register for the session that is coming up on the 26th, and that's going to be at 1:00 in the afternoon. And then please try to join us on May 3rd, where you can hear from business owners who have gone through the Philadelphia program. And then we'll do one more session before the application deadline. And remember, we've been doing this since January of 2013. We originally were supposed to go for, I think, 5 years. In 2013, this was supposed to be a 5-year program, and Goldman Sachs has extended it since then, because
Yep.
it is so phenomenal and it is so necessary for small businesses. So we're fortunate in Philadelphia that Goldman Sachs selected Philadelphia. So take advantage of all this. And so my pastor says, if all hearts and minds are clear, it is time for the benediction. It's time for us to go now. So everybody have a wonderful day, and we hope to see you soon.
Peace and love,
Take
everyone.
care.
Take care. Be safe. Stay
Bye.
healthy. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you. Cheers.